Bye.
Bye.
If you've seen our last two videos, you'll know that we've been visiting family for the last couple of weeks in Nara prefecture on the Japanese mainland. It's time to say our farewells and head back home to our life on one of Japan's remote southern islands. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Stephen and that's Mia. After driving through the night and hopping on a ferry for the last leg of our journey, it feels good to be back on the island, surrounded by the ocean we love. Of course, being surfers, we couldn't help but check a spot on the way home to see what the waves were doing, even though we were exhausted. First look back at the old countryside house after being away for a couple of weeks. Send Rufy the dog in first to check for any unwanted guests of the wildlife variety. If you're a new viewer and wondering why we're checking around the place and seem a bit spooked,
Sure. Is it happening?
I thought that chain was a pretty good monster. Poor Deco didn't make it. Well, when we first moved in here, and sometimes when we return from short trips away, we've been greeted by some pretty large huntsman spiders and venomous mukade centipedes lurking around the place. And although we're much better at dealing with everything now, I'd still rather not have any of that lot dropping from the ceiling or jumping out at me. After opening up the doors and giving the place a good airing out, happy to report there was just a few insect bodies and whatnot lying around. After doing a bit of house cleaning, Yumi was keen to get outside and check the farm. Last year, being total novices regarding our small farm, we returned from our summer trip to a massive overgrown vegetables and collapsed plants. This year was slightly better, but our cucumber was still very much overgrown, and sadly that's probably the last of them for this year.
Daddy, you can eat the tomato.
But some of our other vegetables are still in good condition, even after being left unattended for a couple of weeks. So we're definitely learning and gaining valuable experience each season. During our recent time away, Yumi visited an umeboshi producer in Kyoto, whose salted plums she really enjoys the taste of. Before her visit, she was always using the 3-day drying out method, which is sort of the tried and tested way of doing it here. But after listening and learning from this particular umeboshi producer, who suggests the salted plums can be dried anytime and for varying lengths, depending on how you'd like them to taste, she realizes that recipes and methods are maybe there more as sort of a guide and are not the only way which things can be done. Switching to my yard work, and the grass and bush around this place has become a mini jungle after a couple of weeks away. Still don't have any power tools, so there's only one method for me. Get in the right frame of mind, accept the challenge, enjoy the workout and just do it. Yumi decides to make some tasty blueberry jam from the berries we got from her dad's farm up in Nara. Maybe it was the smell that woke Mia up, and she's soon very interested in what her mom's making. Nothing wrong with a bit of yogurt and still slightly warm, fresh blueberry jam. Our bedding and linen, not smelling the freshest after sitting in the cupboard while we were away. The sunny weather gave us a good chance to wash and hang everything up. Always better climbing into a clean futon at night. The girls decided to extract the seeds from some of the overgrown veggies, which can be used for next year's harvest. The floating ones are no good, but the heavier seeds which sink can be used. Next up after the cucumber is the goya or bitter gourd. It's pretty cool how you can keep this cycle of growing vegetables going each year. So we were pretty busy for a couple of days after returning home. We feel better doing the jobs that need to be done sooner rather than later.
Daddy! Daddy! What are you doing?
Next video we're in the thick of Typhoon Shanshan, which was quite destructive. But don't worry about us, we're okay. See you next time!